This wraparound fun fold is really easy to make and has so many cool little details. Hi everyone, welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. I'm Julie Baca. Are you ready to make a quick and easy fun fold? This one is so simple. I think you're gonna love it. I love fun folds, but I love them when they're easy. So anyway, we're gonna have fun making that today. All of the measurements for this card are on my blog post, which is linked in the description of this video. You'll see additional photos over there and also the supply list. You can definitely make this card with like all the supplies that you have, but if you want it to look just like mine, I'll list the supplies there and you can purchase them from there if you'd like. All right, let's get started. So for this project, you're gonna wanna start by picking your designer series paper. I'm gonna be using the Florals in Bloom. I just think it is absolutely gorgeous. I made so many examples just because I loved working with the color combinations. You wanna start with your designer series paper because the color of your cardstock and the belly band are just pick colors out of the paper. That's gonna make sure it matches, and when it matches, it looks good. Now, if you're wondering where to find the colors, they are on the back, right here in the tiniest print available. So I blow them up so I can read them even when I don't have my glasses on, and then I throw all my little scraps in here. So I'm gonna pick this one. And so then I picked out the color of my card base, which is the color of this flower right here, pretty in pink. And then for my belly band, I'm gonna use garden green, which is the color of this leaf. And then I'm gonna show you what to do with this. It'll be so cool. This is Bubble Bath, which is the other color of this flower. We're gonna use these two little pieces for the belly band. Now you only need just the tiniest piece of this designer series paper. So I like to cut mine in half right at the 6 inches. And then sometimes I cut them in half again. So I've got 6-inch squares to deal with. But for this one, I'm just gonna cut it down. And the measurement is 2.5. All of the measurements for this project are on my website, sunnydaystamping.com. The project sheet got emailed out this morning. If you're on my email list, check your email. If you're not on my email list, this is free for that first week after this project comes out, and then it goes to my tutorial store. So make sure you're signed up. It'll be in my welcome email. Then we just need to trim this down to 5 1/4. And this is the only piece of designer series paper you have. If you want to decorate the envelope, yeah, let's go ahead and decorate the envelope. Cut yourself another little scrap of that. Now for the card base, you need 11 inches by 5 1/2. You can score this in your paper trimmer if you want, but I'm using the scoreboard because I made a ton of these cards and this is just such a quick way to just score them. And I love it comes with these markers so you can mark exactly where it is. So you don't even need to measure it. So when I'm making like multiples of things, this is the fastest way to do it. So now we're gonna take this designer series paper and we're gonna actually turn it. So as we are looking at the card right here, this is gonna be upside down because when we are done with the card, it's gonna be folded and that way it'll be going the right direction. I'm gonna butt this up right along the line of my cardstock. Now you can make this card without what I'm about to do right now, but it looks so cool about what I'm about to do right now. I'm using the Fancy Borders bundle. The dies come with these edge pieces that are so cool. We are using all of these. Well, I have examples showing all of these. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your die and you're gonna center up the center on your paper here, lining that up along the edge. And so we're gonna cut this together. Now, if that makes you uncomfortable, you can cut this one separately and this one separately, but I'm all about quick and easy, and this saves me time because I only need to put it through the machine one time. So I'm actually gonna show you how I put this through the machine because this piece like just barely fits. They made this as wide as it could possibly be and still fit through the machine, which caused me a little issue if you're not paying attention like I wasn't the first couple times I tried this. So you wanna make sure your plates are all lined up with this bottom thing. Then you wanna make sure your cardstock is in the center here. And so, oh, I forgot to say, so this where we scored it, this flap is shorter than this flap. It's narrower, so we want that one to be going through first. Then you're going to put on your cardstock, your designer series paper, making sure that it is going this direction. And then you're going to line up your die. Now, you may want to stick all this down with a Post-it note, washi tape, or whatever so that it doesn't shift. So I guess I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a Post-it note to adhere my designer series paper to my cardstock. And then I'm going to make sure that's in the center. Whoop, I just shifted it. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. I might have just shifted that again. Oh, I forgot to say, when I was testing this, go ahead and push it up in here so you know that this die is going to fit and going to be in the middle. Then you just put your plate in. And there's no reason to run this all the way through. You can run it through, wait to hear it kind of click, and then run it back out. Just like that. Check this out. I can't wait to show you. Check this out. It looks so cool. Carefully remove all the sticky things that you just stuck on there like this. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful border. And because we cut it together, it's going to fit perfectly like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, don't put your machine away because we are going to cut this end too. So you can use any of these shaped ones that you want, but I am going to use these hearts. They turn out so cute. Now, because this side is going to be folded up in your card, you want to make sure your heart points are going this way. And there's all these. You can save these hearts for another project, or maybe we'll throw a couple in this project. I've never had them get stuck inside here before, so just kind of shake them out. There you go. Now, one last thing with your cut and emboss machine, grab your belly band, and in the middle, you can either put the hearts or the leaves also fit. And I've got the measurements on that project sheet for both of these, because this one is a little bit wider. You're gonna center that up in the middle of your belly band. I always try to cut along the edges of my my plates so that they last longer, because the middle, like if you have big dies, oh, come on. Okay, I might have to stick that down. Gotcha. Okay, and then just run this through. Oh, it made the prettiest confetti, but I don't do small pieces very well, so I don't know if I'm gonna use those. So stick around to the end. I'll show you the other examples I use so you can see what these other edges look like. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you've gotten it out of the embossing machine. We're gonna go ahead and glue this piece on there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute too, isn't it? Oh, you can see that, look, I did not cut that straight. Here, let me put you on this grid paper line. You can see that the it shifted in the machine, which is another, that actually is a really important reason for cutting these both together, because even though I made a mistake, they're the same. So, but hey, I think that's gonna look just fine. So just glue this on here. This designer series paper is just a little bit smaller, so it has that nice edge. And so when you fold it over, oh, it looks so good. I guess I didn't see that shifting. That is really, really off, isn't it? Hey, wait, you know what? It looks like a cloud. This is the cloud card. So now this is going to fold together like this. Go ahead and use your bone folder to get those to stick down. This is why we need a belly band, because that is not going to lay down ever. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping, because we're going to put this on the inside. And I just have to show you. I know, look, isn't that so, so cute? You can really see those hearts like that. Okay, so we're going to stamp on the inside, and we're also going to stamp on the front. This stamp set has these two really nice big word stamps. I love that. And a bunch of little cute things to add too, and then some great things for the inside of the card. So we're gonna stamp our greeting just right here on the card base just to save time. And I think it looks pretty awesome, but you want to fold this down so you know exactly where to stamp. If you're, I guess I should have stamped that first before adhering this in case I messed up, but I got lucky and it did right the first time. Isn't that so cute? Now we're gonna take this same Secret C. This is my favorite new black. I know it's not like true black, but it turns out so nice and dark when you stamp it. I just love that. It's so nice and juicy. You can see how juicy it is. I got it all over the place. Now I'm gonna use this cutie patootie little heart with the dots. I'm gonna just put it right here. I'm gonna just test that, make sure. That looked a little too juicy. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that not so precious? Oh, I just love it. So now we're just gonna put this on the inside of the card. If you like this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, man, that helps me out so much and I appreciate, I love reading all the comments. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, is that so adorable? I absolutely love it. You can stop right here if you want, but I'm gonna show you how to make a belly band in case you don't like this popping open. So we're gonna take that belly band and we're gonna layer another piece underneath it. Look at how cool this looks. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so this piece on the project sheet says it's 1 inch wide, which would fit it perfectly. I cut it just the sliveriest sliver shorter than that, just so it doesn't show. It didn't really show. I don't know why I did it, but I just thought I'd let you guys know in case you want it that way. Just put 2 thin lines of glue on there and cover up those hearts. And then we're gonna turn it over and make sure they're all covered. Yeah. And now I'm gonna turn it back over. I'm gonna take my bone folder and just rub it on there, which is gonna make that glue stick down nice and good. Now, when you're making belly bands, it's good to condition the paper in kind of in a rounded way. So I'm just gonna, like I'm curling some ribbon, I'm gonna curl this like this. And then we're gonna wrap it around our card. We're gonna try not to crease the edges because we don't want it to be too tight. You wanna be able to get it on and off. But I'm gonna show you, this does not fit. Because this card is 5.5 inches wide, that means we need something longer than 11 inches. So if you have 12 by 12 inch paper, you can use that. But I got a fix for this, which actually makes this super cute. So remember at the beginning, I said you were gonna use a piece for the inside here and take another scrap piece. We're gonna take this heart out of that stamp set because I love hearts and that's so cute. Stamp it right there in the middle. Then it's gonna look like this is on purpose. And what we're gonna do is use this to kind of bridge the gap on our belly band. I forgot to tell you one thing. When you go to put your image here, whether it is the leaves or the hearts, let's say you didn't, you want to center it in the front of your card, but let's say you didn't center it correctly when you cut it, which it looks like I did not do that because you can see that it did not meet in the middle of the card. But that's why this piece is great, because instead of putting it right directly over that, which is askew, you can bump it over so that it is in the center. So I'm going to put glue here and glue here. And then I'm going to put glue on the ends of this little magic bridge. And we're going to put it right over there. And then I'm going to check, whoops, if that's not in the middle, I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit more until it's exactly where I like it. Then press down until it is in place. And then, now, isn't that cute? I think like that turned out such a cute fix. Okay, and then turn your cover over. Oh, that's so cute. It's not poofing up. It's gonna fit in the envelope still and adds that cute extra touch. But we gotta use this little heart right here. So just grab one of these little hearts, put a little dab of glue on there, just a little dab of glue. It doesn't need much, and just put it right there. All right, let's super quick make an envelope to go with this, and then I want to show you the other examples. So take your envelope. I kind of fold it back so I know exactly where this fold line is. Put glue all along here. Make sure you get the little edges. And then line your paper, bump it right up on that fold line, making sure it's not extending past it. Grab your bone folder to really squeeze that glue out. I'm working on my silicone craft sheet. Oh, you can see some glue gooshed out right there, but it's on the craft sheet. Once it dries, it's gonna rub right off, and then I don't have sticky on here, which is so nice. Turn it over and just take your scissors and follow the line of the flap of the envelope. Just use it as a guide for cutting this out so perfectly. So look. Isn't that great? You got a completely matching set. But I think because we do have so many hearts, and even though I don't like little pieces, these are actually not bad to use. So I'm just gonna put a couple of these cutie patootie little things over here, right along the front. There. So whether the front or the back, it's gonna look so cute. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the card that we made, and look, you just slide this off. And even though I made a mistake cutting that, that looks so cool. And then just the cute little details. Oh, I love that. All right, here's another card, very similar to that one, but you can see I used designer series paper as the backing under there. And then this is just one of the other borders in this fancy borders set. And there's the hearts. This one uses the leaves cut out here. Here's what that looks like. Here's what that looks like when you don't do it crooked. And then here's another, this border right here. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, okay, this one, I didn't use the floral print. I used the other side of the designer series paper. And then used the stamp kind of in a circle. I liked how that turned out. And then here's one more. This one on the inside uses this piece here. And I forgot to tell you, all the designer series paper are all from that Florals in Bloom pack. So I'd love to see what you make with this design. You can mix and match these. You could put the leaves on the inside or whatever. I don't know. There are so many possibilities with this, and I hope you have fun with it. Every Friday, I put out a new card making video, so I hope to see you here next week. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.